Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend of the channel, content creator, amazing individual, and one half of the dynamic duo on Thursdays, helping couples get started, Mr. Lumberjack. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome. And that half is not based on weight. That's purely based on myself versus my wife. It's going to be more like 72%.
Oh, Ashley's going to smack you for that one. Anyways.
No, she'll appreciate that I said 72%.
Oh, that's true. That.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You always got to wait until you hear the punchline before you start to smack me.
Oh, wait, that's a good thing. Okay, good.
Yeah, she's learned. She knows.
She's learned. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So what I want to talk about here in episode number 3 is I want to talk about legacy wealth. I want to talk about the vision of building, securing, doing all of that. But then I want to step back and remind people it's a journey. It's kind of like stairs to me. And I don't think enough people appreciate that. There are stairs. You can't, I don't believe you're anyone that could jump to legacy wealth, my opinion. And
not unless you started with legacy wealth.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't count if you inherited $100 million. I don't want to talk true story.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to talk about the steps. And also I want to let you know that legacy wealth does not have to be your goal. It is completely okay to stop and enjoy the roses at any of the other 2 steps. So why don't we talk about what legacy wealth means to you first, and then we'll talk about the steps as I see them.
So legacy wealth to me, and that's why we honestly have our structure that we do as a trust, is that, we want to make sure that, our kids have an opportunity to, see how wealth is created, B, recognize that the sacrifices that we make literally on a daily basis are to, create a better future for ourselves. And so I think that, from a legacy wealth perspective, it was very clear, to me, growing up with really not any significant money whatsoever, using penny jars to pay for, the special once a week where you can get a Domino's pizza for $7.
Yeah.
That was the special treat for the month, right? And that was if you got one that month. And so creating that generational wealth is not only for us, we focus a lot on our kids because they're very young. Every single Saturday we are in the minivan, and every single Saturday we do at least 2.5 hours as a family of going out to properties.
Wow. Your kids are going to just be set up.
Set up, not just financially. That's the thing is, I think that's where so many people miss it. It's not just about the money.
No, it's the conversation,
the principles, and and having the conversation about why we do what we do.
Kids are always listening.
They are. Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah. So this may come as a surprise to some folks, but Olivia and I, we did not envision legacy wealth. It was nowhere on our journey when we started. We had just suffered a monster loss in the stock market. And what we started is we just wanted a better retirement. That's all we wanted. It's like, God damn it. We can't keep working these stressful jobs. It's killing us. What can we do? Because this is what, 25 years ago. Social Security is not going to be there for us. We can't keep doing these tech jobs forever. It'll eat us alive. It's a young man's game, blah, blah, blah. We wanted a better financial, that's all we wanted. We wanted a better financial future. So that's why we bought Norris Drive, and then Ferris, and then Terrace, and, just one at a time. And it's all written in our book. What happened was one rental at a time happened. It's like, oh, some is good, more is better, right? We started learning our market. We started, when we got to 8 and we couldn't buy 9, we went to a real estate event, and 1031 exchange and apartments came, and better financial future became, oh, you know what, this really could be something, and financial freedom might be there. So again, for like the first 5 years, it was simply a better future. At about year 5 or 6, it's like, well, if we do this and this, maybe you could retire, Olivia.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was like, wow, that worked for her. Where do we got to go for me? And then it became legacy wealth. So I want people to realize that it is a journey, and for some of you, you may start like Matt, where legacy wealth was why you were doing this. That was not my huckleberry, right? It was like, I just want to feel like the next 30 years of my job is building to a better future. And then Olivia and I will travel Europe and all of these things. I had no idea what would happen in my mid 40s or 15 years later. It's shocking to look back.
Yeah. I mean, I think that for us, so I started the journey by myself. I started the journey by myself. I wasn't married. I wasn't even dating Ashley. I had 5 years in real estate before Ashley and I, before I got her to agree to go out with me.
Before you sold her on the idea.
Greatest sales job known to man, right there.
There you go,
son. I was like, you had no idea what was coming. Like, gotcha. But yeah, I think that, when I looked through it, when I was doing it, it was the stock market scared the daylights out of me. I was like, I felt stolen from. I'd done all the homework. I'd read all the charts. I knew what I was looking at. I knew what I was reading. And they're just like, oh yeah, well, they halted the stock. It was fraud.
Yeah.
And do
I get my money back because it was fraud? No.
Yeah, exactly. No. You know what you get? You get hey, good news. You can participate in one of these 3 class action lawsuits where we will get you 3 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. And we'll take 70 because we're the lawyers.
Exactly. So for me, it was just, I had to do something other than what I was doing. And that was, I wanted to be investing in something that I could create value. I could invest my time and get a return on my time. And I wasn't afraid of hard work, And so I think that all those things is what really made real estate fit, because I never felt like there was an insider's game with real estate. I never felt that.
Yeah, there's one seller, one asset. The thing that I've loved about real estate now, looking back, is it really is an inefficient market.
Hugely inefficient. That's what makes us good.
Yeah.
The better you get, you take advantage of the inefficiencies of the market. That's why my last 7 deals are all 20% and higher return on capital and yield. All of them, without exception, they're between 20 and 43%. The worst one is 20. And that's purely based on the inefficiency of the market. It's so important what Mike just said there is so, so important. If you know your market cold and you start tracking and you're like, single family homes don't work, but duplexes might, or triplexes might. If you know your market and you know the assets in your market, you can see exactly which one is giving you greater return. And so long as you can get 30-year fixed rate debt, that is just as much risk or as little risk as a single family, dupe, tri, or quad. That's simple.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, right? What does it say on my hat?
Yeah, doing the work,
100%. Do the work. It's out there for you. That is the key. And again, these are things I've only come to realize after doing the work, is the deals that I've created and found in all of that is because I saw something or was able to create something others didn't see. It's just how it works. So.
Yeah, I think that, there's so much opportunity for people to have out there. There's absolutely the amount of work that you have to do and invest. It's an investment of time. What are you investing your time in?
Yeah.
Doing a stupid video and posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I promised people I would be adding something every single day to Instagram, and it would be something of value, showing them our daily journey.
Yeah.
And so it was, Ashley walking out of the basement after she restarted the furnace. Me filling up the tank with a bunch of gas.
I saw that. I was like, that looks cold.
Yeah, it was freaking frigid. That was when it was on, literally no wind chill. I didn't look at what the wind chill was. It was 1 degree outside, and I didn't have my gloves on because I couldn't grip the can right enough. So I had my hand on it, and then I'm like, golly, after 5 minutes. But yeah, it's that daily journey, and enjoy the journey. Success is a journey. It's not a destination. Enjoy the journey. You'll learn so much. And now when people ask me about stuff, guess what? I've experienced not everything.
A lot.
Nah. Like to the point of hours I can bore you on this stuff.
Yeah. The thing that I'm really excited about, the last 2 years, the market, just given how low supply was, it wasn't really inefficient, because you could just stick a sign in the yard and they'd get 17 offers, right? So it was the people that did the work, it was difficult. However, what I see coming with rates going up 0.5% and people are getting nervous and all of this is, again, no crash, a slowdown. And slowdowns are awesome for me, because I can seek out and find that motivated seller that no one else sees. And I'm so excited about 2022. So
there's a lot of landlord fatigue right now. There is a lot of landlord fatigue.
Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of landlords where they're just like, just like, F it.
I'm done. I'm tired.
I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, I get it. So let's put you in a position where you can still see the returns that you're seeing right now renting it,
Mhm.
but you're just holding equity but you're just basically selling your equity in the house.
Yeah. So holding the note, as they would say.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Seller financing is a thing. Reaching out to landlords, good idea. Frustrated landlords. Any other thoughts on this? Again, for me, folks, there are 3 steps to legacy wealth. Well, actually, step 0, making the decision. First step, better financial future. That's all I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Once we got there, financial freedom. It takes more time, takes more deals.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you get there and you want to go further, it's legacy wealth. You can stop anywhere you want. Again, when I got started, I just wanted that first step. I honestly, after being so beaten and stolen from, I didn't even think past, if we got one and we paid it off, we'd be better off. And then if we got 2, so that's how One Rental at a Time was born, is just because I wanted a better financial future.
Yeah. I think it's so critical for people to invest their time in something that proven. Why are 90% of the world's millionaires real estate millionaires?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, do you really need to be the next Mark Zuckerberg? Do you really need to be the next Sergey Brin? Do you really need to be these guys? Like, you can be, but I'd be willing to bet. I'm going to bet against you and say you're not that smart. And
lucky.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Or lucky. Yeah. Because a lot of that stuff, there's plenty of luck and
timing and
100%.
Yeah.
Right timing, right market, right product, right, all that stuff, right? Like we always say in sales, it is product, patch, and whatever the third P is. But product and patch are really the 2 big things, and then market. Those are really the kind of the 3 things about sales. And in real estate, it really is. You don't have to worry about timing it perfectly. You're going to see ebbs and flows in the market. You're going to see. I know that I'm not going to see deals that year 1 are 20% return on my cash. That's not going to be a normal thing. That's not going to be a way that things are going moving forward, but it is right now. And that's why I'm executing on those deals right now. Now, Mike, you did 5 deals last year, kept 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think personally, the shift is going to be this year. I think you're going to see a lot of deals. I think I'm not going to see a lot of deals.
I would like that. Yes.
Yeah. I think that's honestly what's going to happen. I think that there's going to be shifts in a lot of those markets.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that's what happens, is that they time in and out of things differently. That's why I think this year, for people to be watching your channel, taking your course, I think is going to be critical, because I think you'll win probably not a lot in the first half of the year, but I think in the second half of the year, you're going to have a bonanza over there.
I hope so. This is why I do the business. I still look every day. Look every day. I sent a listing to my agent yesterday. As a matter of fact, I'm still taking swings, but again, I'm only going to do good or great deals. I don't need to do average deals. In fact, nobody in my course should do average deals. You spend the time learning average, then you do good or great. So at the end of the day, Matt, how can people find you and get part of your world?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, live stream every Sunday, and then 8 p.m. Thursday nights with Mrs. Lumberjack. We'll be doing one this week for probably an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah, make sure you turn that one and say hi to Ashley for me. Take care, buddy.
Thanks, pal. You too.
Thanks.